games industry is one of the most innovative and fastest growing industries in the world. The men and women of this industry work tirelessly to provide entertainment for the masses, and some of these provide the music. Music that we love. Music that we listen to when we're enjoying ourselves playing those video games. Music that we love. Music that we listen to when we're enjoying ourselves listening to video games. Do we even know who these people are? No. Would video games be the same without them? No.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Average Giants. I am one of your hosts. I'm Nick Sesgon, also known as The Average Gamer, and with me tonight is Darth Cheddar, but you can call him Giant. What are we going to be playing tonight, Darth?
Well, I'm not going to touch that for copyright reasons.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You don't need to have James Earl Jones's voice. We are going to be playing, as you can see on the screen, Pixelmont Games Lost Orbit.
I am so ridiculously excited for this. We actually had Lost Orbit on the show a couple of months back when the guys were still in, I believe, alpha or early beta testing. And the game is getting close to launch, so we're lucky enough to have them back. And we have some gentlemen in call with us from Pixelmont. Do you guys want to say hi?
Yeah, all right. Hello.
Oh, it's hot in that.
Hello, everybody.
Hot in that Darth Vader helmet. Oh.
Yeah, that's enough Halloween for one show, I think.
What? That was a low level of commitment. I was expecting that for the whole show.
Unfortunately, if I were to do that, I wouldn't actually be able to see what I was playing.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Right?
Oh.
Use the Force, man.
Oh, you're in space, too. So, for the viewers that aren't familiar with Lost Orbit, would you guys mind giving us a short synopsis before we start playing?
Yeah, sure. So Lost Orbit follows the story of Harrison, who is an astronaut who gets stranded in deep space when his ship is destroyed. And he decides to make the four-system trip back to his home planet by himself in his spacesuit, where he will most certainly die.
Yay!
It's a comedy, if you couldn't tell.
It's a slightly dark comedy. I'll be honest with you. When I was playing it the other day, I was actually feeling pretty bummed out for Harrison. At the beginning, I'm like, he's got nothing left.
But you were still laughing at him.
I was still laughing at him, but it was like, oh, poor dude.
Man, it's all the dynamics of the human condition, you know?
Yeah.
Click on the game because I can't do it.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, there you go. Okay, so from what I've heard is there's much more of an intro now. So if you guys don't mind, I'd love to hear the intro while we go through this for the level.
Are you telling me to shut up?
Well, nicely.
That was a polite shut up, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Just
yeah.
To be clear? Okay, all right. No problem.
But it's okay. We're going to hear your voice anyways, right?
I'll just breathe into the mic.
Awkwardly.
Just breathe loudly with a bit of a nasally sound, okay?
Hey, anything you guys want. It's your show.
Yes. Yes.
Whee!
Can you see okay? Is this blocking?
No, it's good.
Okay.
He was as good as dead when I came across him, running through the motions of his tedious...
Oh.
What'd you do?
I was trying to turn the volume up a little bit. Hang on. Let me just turn the volume up just a smidge.
When we last left off, he was about to say tedious.
Now I'm tediously playing with the volume. Okay, go ahead. Oh. There. Thank
job, he may as well have been.
Oh, cool.
I hadn't seen a sign of life in gens. It was a rare treat to see some new creature waddle its way through space, but they never lasted long.
Doing a little ballet. Pegasus, outer rings, communications relay PN4286.
He worked maintenance, traveling to the fringes of known space, patching up communications relays. They used to send drones out, but Sending these poor folk proved much easier on Pollard. There's a fine line between brave and stupid, and he wasn't anywhere near it. Out in deep space in a tin can with the thick musk of recycled air, he was a worker bee who didn't see the big picture.
Could have been on the ship.
He sat perched on that comm relay for spans. Couldn't quite come to terms with what just happened. He didn't have a hope in hell without his ship. He scavenged himself a makeshift set of equipment. At the time, I wondered exactly where he thought he was going to go.
Refresh. Mine isn't that bad. Oh wait, I'm playing now.
Okay. So
I never bet on anything. But if there was anyone around, my first would have been that he'd be dead before he made it more than 100 tracks.
You guys have put an incredible amount of polish into this game since we've seen it.
Thanks, man.
Mm-hmm. Is that you doing the voice acting as well?
No, we replaced that a while back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I do remember this level. Except now it has so much more meaning.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't. That is such cool... That relay?
Warp nodes let him cover large distances.
Yeah,
They were
it's a nice way to end off the levels now.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like you've completed something.
Did you guys add in more music? Because there's more music than I remember. And it's awesome.
So we always had a large selection of music. I think we had maybe like 12 tracks plus a bunch of like chill versions of those tracks. But it's just how much we actually had in game at the time may have changed.
But this poor guy with nothing to live for, he wasn't going easy.
And
I guess you figured he
who
hadn't
is
had
the
a chance
composer
to
that
live
did the
yet.
music, if you don't mind me asking?
Maybe we're more
His
like
name's
that.
Giancarlo Feltrin.
Okay.
He's a guy that we knew. He actually worked down the hall in a sound studio, and we were looking for someone to do the music. We ended up talking to him and just asking him if he had experience doing that, if he wanted to do a track for our game, and he did. And he went away for 2 weeks and came back and wrote the main theme for our game. And we liked it so much that we decided we had to come up with a way to get more money so that we could kind of do the whole album. So yeah,
If only
definitely by far I think the best thing in the game is the music.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it fits the game so well too. That's the weird thing, is it was written after the game, but it seems like the game was made for it. So
It's a very... I mean, that was one of the things that really caught my eye the first time we played Lost Orbit, was the amount of congruency between like your design and your gameplay mechanics and your colors and like the palettes in each level, and now the music is taking on the same kind of feel, and it's just making this huge project that's just amazing.
oh, thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we knew from the beginning that we didn't have the size of a team to make like a really big game. But I don't know, we've always kind of thought that even if a game is small, it can still be an experience, right? Like it can still have all the aspects and elements and feelings of like a bigger, more expensive game. So that's what we try to do.
And you guys, do you have an ETA on when launch is going to be?
Oh, that's the question, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a hard question, I know.
2015.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, our original plans were to get it out in the summer of this year, but just I don't know, for a bunch of reasons I can't really go into at this point. It's not working out. But I can promise you that all the reasons we have for delaying it are good.
Oh, of course.
And should make it so that we have a much more polished product, and also that it's just available to more people. So
one thing I
Yeah,
found.
Now, I'm not going to
sorry.
call it pity, but watching him limp
No, that's it.
across the system.
Oh, I was going to say one thing I found with
something
the
in me
gaming
wanted
public
him to make it.
is that they much more appreciate
I
taking the
ran a
time to make a game
diagnostic
properly than not taking the time to get a game out quickly.
Yeah.
For
Well, I
sure.
mean, ideally, everybody wants it like right now and really good. But
yeah.
if you have to make the decision, I personally would rather wait and get a good product than have something rushed out. It's just
Yeah.
not good. So
Yeah, because EA has proven that that's a really good idea.
So I've noticed two small changes. At the first point when you fly off screen, I noticed there was actually some text saying fly off the screen. And then I'm noticing when you're getting close to flying off the screen, you've got a little indicator arrow of where you're coming out. Was that feedback related changes, or was that something you guys came up with just with your own research?
it was feedback related. I don't remember whether or not it was there last time you guys played. I seem to remember that it was. But anyways, basically what it came down to was initially we thought people would be able to tell where they were going to pop on screen on the other side, but just the speed at which you're moving, and also the fact that the camera's on a bit of an angle, it makes it kind of tricky sometimes, not necessarily to know like where you're going to come in on, like from the other side, but what angle you're going to come in on. And so just having that kind of, like we played around with more elaborate guides, but when we came down to it, we're like, all we need is just a stick that kind of points in the right direction and fades on and gives people a sense, like even if they don't notice it right away, it's still helpful because it's in your peripheral vision, right? So
for sure. I think we had it there last time, but we definitely made it bigger, changed the art around, made it a little bit more noticeable. And like Chris said, that was all from feedback.
Yeah, I don't remember who suggested it, but somebody said you need a dot or a guide or something.
Well, I know for a fact that if you do the upgrades enough, that you end up with some crazy speed.
Okay, so
yeah.
Actually, let's chat about that, because that was one thing that we didn't have the last time we were here, is the upgrade system. Why is the frame rate? Oh, is it just this? Might be from the Steam notification. So, like, what kind of upgrades are there in the game? Like, that's obviously something you can do later on in the game, I assume.
Yeah, so the system, when we showed you guys last, the system had all those abilities to change things, but it wasn't actually, there was no interface for it in the game. So the idea now is that as you go through the levels, you collect obtainium crystals, and once you collect enough of them, you're able to use them, or I should say your friend that you encounter is able to use them to upgrade your abilities. And it's a fairly light RPG system, but it kind of lets you kind of customize your character how you want to play, which is kind of cool. We're chugging a bit here, I guess.
Yeah, we were having some frame rate issues, actually, so we just restarted it really quickly. So
all right, that's cool.
Progress should be saved. And that's really... So when I first saw this game, I was like, oh, this is an amazing game. I thought it was originally going to be mobile, and I thought it was done when we first played it. I was like, this would be an amazing, perfect mobile game. But the addition that you guys have done with, even like with the music and the story, and the fact that you get to level up and change your play style as you're going through this is really, it gives it kind of a unique feel.
Yeah. I mean, people we've noticed personally that people love to customize their character, and that was our aim in putting this in, was just so that everybody has their own playstyle, and we want you to be able to customize your character to fit that playstyle. But we didn't really realize how much people would like customizing their character. Like and I didn't even realize how much fun I would have doing it. It's neat to explore the different strategies that you can take on by choosing different upgrades.
And really get that feeling of progression too. Like you're collecting stuff, and that actually lets you be better and different, which is really nice too.
The cool thing too is sorry, I was gonna say the cool thing is too, you can play through the first world or the first system, and you're playing as fast as you can at the time, and then when you come back after you've leveled up and just you're able to fly through the levels so quickly, it really feels like you've progressed, not only in your abilities, but also in what your character can actually do.
Yeah, especially considering I was looking at your times that was on my copy, and I'm like, I beat this level in 3 minutes, and yours says 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, we're pretty good.
That actually leads to my next question. Do you guys still have fun playing the game after working on it for so long?
You know what? I really didn't expect to, but I like when you work on a game, it's really hard. You know, once you've played a level up, 1,000 times, it's hard to go back and still enjoy it. But I find even just in like an open area, like these early levels, I like just kind of flying around and making shapes with my trails and just kind of, I don't know, in the same way that you listen to music and you kind of do other things. If I'm like having a conversation with somebody or just like chilling out listening to music, I'm like just fly around.
That's cool though.
That's cool actually, yeah.
We
I
find
agree with Chris. It's surprisingly still entertaining.
I was gonna say we find it
must-
much more common for developers to be like, well, it was fun for the first month or two, but God, I just want to get this thing done.
Yeah, find new and creative.
Oh!
New and, I was about to say new and creative ways to kill yourself.
I forgot about how brutal that
right,
was.
this is a death simulator.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh man.
Totally forgot about that.
It lulls you too because you're like, oh, pretty colors, pretty music, really fun gameplay, and then wham, you're a pancake on an asteroid.
Or you fly around as a skeleton.
Yeah.
Because you.
Yeah, we were talking to a guy works down the hall from us today, and he was saying like, your game has such a peaceful like Zen mode when you really get into it. You're just kind of flying and you're not really thinking and you're just trying to make the best time that you can. And he's like, when you crash into something, it just completely wrenches you out of that feeling of like peacefulness and like thrusts you into the reality of the fact that you're gonna die someday.
I like how the robot dude that has not been introduced yet likes to make random quips when you die sometimes.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun recording that audio. Actually, it was. I think I spent the first couple hours just kind of demanding one more take every 5 seconds from the voice actor, and then once we got to the point of doing quips for the character after he died, he just kind of took out all of his pent-up anger and frustration on it. It was a 30-minute stint of just like profanity and mockery, and yeah, it worked out pretty well.
No, I'm okay. Although I missed two.
I was gonna say you really captured probably what Harris is going through too, in that it must be very serene and beautiful and interesting.
And
deadly.
And deadly.
I can only say that in that brief sim.
Says, wow, knocked his head off. Well, just wait till you knock his skeleton out of his skin.
Yeah, you haven't even gotten any speed yet.
Yeah, we had fun with the deaths. We had a whiteboard that was just all the different deaths we wanted to have in the game. We would just add new ones every day.
It's much appreciated.
Boink. Oh, I didn't realize you can go through this stuff.
Hair? Oh wow. This is new. I have not seen this one before.
Racker ribs.
Oh, he's just giggling like a little girl. You knocked his head off. Thanks. That's really nice of you to say.
Well, he said earlier that the gate looked amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Awesome
It's a really good
game.
touch.
I love the mechanics, but that gate is really sticking with me. It's impressive. But hey, you're welcome too for knocking his head off.
I totally thought that's what you were saying. Thanks for as well.
Yeah. We've had developers like that. It's like the guys that made Vanish. I never realized, but every feature or what you think is a feature or anything written in that game is just there to troll the players. You can get a mega boost.
I'm magnetizing, so I don't have to be so...
Excuse me, sir. You can get a mega boost.
Okay.
Oh, you can't. No.
I want the magnetizing so I can
He thanked me for saving
go
his
quickly
life.
first and then
To this gen,
Go quicker.
I couldn't tell you why I did it.
to this gen.
Yeah, magnetize is pretty sweet.
He told me
Oh,
his name
yeah.
is Harrison. He's
Barrel roll.
hungry, and he wants to go home.
Chris is a little partial to the barrel roll.
I can barrel roll. Like Mega Boost is amazing, but
Speed
you
is
gotta
key.
do it.
Fun.
Speed is key.
I know that all those features were available the first time I
Barbecue
played
is
through
life.
this too.
I remember getting
There
taunted
isn't
by
a
you
thing in this
guys
galaxy
of like,
that
why
doesn't
are
taste
there
better with
points when you're not mega boosting?
Ribs, coleslaw,
I remember that
some
too.
of
That
Mom's
was-
ribs, and a scoop of vanilla.
By the way, the reason why we're talking
never
over
eaten
the actual narrative is
Harrison
because
told me.
you need to play this.
Yeah. So I know
We're
I
four
mean,
systems
we
away
don't
from
have
my
a
home
launch date
planet.
yet, and the launch date is kind of hard
Nearly
to ask
2
a
to the next
developer, honestly.
communications relay,
But-
he said.
I know you guys are planning to
That's
launch
the
on
only way
Steam.
anyone's going
Is
to know
that
I'm
the
still
only
out
platform, and where's the price point looking like?
I have to make it.
That's the only official platform at this point.
Yep.
So, sorry.
Do you have a price point in mind at all?
Yeah, we're looking at about $11.99. So I
Wow.
know when we had talked last time, we were between 10 and 15. So
Yeah.
we're still right at that point.
Yeah.
I still think that's a steal for this.
That's a great.
But yeah,
I'm fine with
that's a
that.
good thing. That's a good thing.
I was just recently on Steam, just browsing games.
Really, you're on Steam.
Yeah, I know it's weird. But I was browsing games that I already had because I was looking for games to give away, and I came across one of the games that I truly enjoy. And as much as I enjoy, the person is asking over $20
It
for
was
it.
nothing but automated
And that
junk.
really just made me go,
all that
oh.
was scrap.
Yeah.
The machines were old.
Yeah, I mean it's hard because people.
He was right.
I don't think people all necessarily understand what goes into making a game, right? Like,
No.
a lot of these people are giving up like a lot of their time and effort and stuff, right? And living in basements and stuff,
Yeah.
laboring trying to get this stuff out there. But at the same time, like it's a mass media, right? Like the idea is that it's supposed to be reasonable for people to grab it and consume it, and you make your money by having a lot of people play it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's hard to judge your price point, and you want it to be accessible to everybody. And
Something about that.
I tried really hard to make sure we had a fair price point. So
Yeah, we want as many people to play it as we can, right? I mean, that's a big goal.
And like,
Yeah.
I understand the reason why they had their game at that price, but
You still hit the moon.
it still made me kind of go, "Oh, okay." So, I mean, you have to find that sweet spot where you're gonna make it so people are willing to pay for it.
Yeah, it's a lot about the public opinion too, which is unfortunate. Like we do the Kickstarter podcast on Sundays, and we found the sweet spot for an indie game for a Kickstarter. If you're asking for money, is usually between like 30 and 50 grand. And we all have it a couple times where it's like they're asking for 50 grand, and people are like, I can't believe they'd ask for that much money to make this game. But it's such a misconception because like
Yeah.
they might be living off ramen if they're lucky if they make that Kickstarter.
well, the hard thing I think for people is they just don't think of it as a business, right? They think of it as a hobby.
Mhm.
And for a hobby, you know, if you were a fan of, I don't know, RC planes, 50 grand's quite a bit of money. You can get quite a bit of plane out of that.
Yeah.
But if you start thinking about it as a job, even if you have 2 people working for an entire year to make a game, which is not very many people and quite a quick period of time, 50 grand is nothing. I mean, basically you're saying, yeah, I will do everything to make this game come out in 1 year for $25,000. Like, I don't think many people, you know, make that kind of a salary, even just working like a minimum wage. Right?
No,
So-
no,
a
that
lot
is
of people.
still poverty line.
That's one thing that I have to tell my wife when it comes to like purchasing things. She goes, "Oh, this is expensive right now." I'm like, "Well, think about it over the money over time scheme. Like, for example, a pair of shoes. It may cost me $100 right now, but if they last for a year, that's $12 a year. So, I mean, it's a bit of silly analogy, but it makes sense. Like, sure, you're gonna get 50 grand for your Kickstarter, but that might have to last you 2 years.
Yeah, exactly. I would say to people, just think of it in terms of like salaries,
Yeah.
how much it costs. And I mean, even beyond that, right? Like, let's say you have that as a salary. It's like you still have to buy all your hardware. Like, software to develop these kinds of things is not cheap either, right?
No.
Like all your licensing and yeah.
Or even trying to get it onto larger name platforms. Like a lot of Kickstarters out there will be like, yeah, well, you have a stretch goal of putting it on the Wii U. that process in itself is expensive and taxing and takes a lot of time.
Yeah, how much you have to pay to actually get your thing on like the Nintendo software or the SDK or whatever it is?
I mean, it's usually just time, right? I mean, a lot of the publishers or distributors will give you a kit or some of that stuff for free. Some of them, I know Nintendo does, but I mean, it'll take a few more months of work, right? And I'm sure there's usually some sort of licensing costs. Like we're using Unity, and just putting out Unity on a different platform will cost more money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. Like Kickstarter, people aren't pocketing that money. They're probably like pocketing 15% of it, if that, or 20%.
And it's good. I love Kickstarter for what it's done, especially for like what is quote unquote the indie game scene nowadays. But it's a huge misconception, and so it makes it difficult when you go to price point a game. And it's a lot like the art scene. Art is another like extremely underappreciated industry, because you have people doing work for free, and then you have other artists that are trying to make a legitimate living out of it, and they're just trying to pay rent, but because they're charging for the same service, nobody's ever going to pay them. So it's difficult.
Sorry, I'm not talking too much because I'm focusing.
It's hard to play and talk.
Yeah, I remember that, actually.
I'm even worse at it, though, because I focus so much I occasionally stop blinking.
Don't look at the controller, because when you get close to things, it'll flash red.
Yeah, I noticed that before I started playing.
Blinking's overrated anyways.
Yeah.
Oh!
Who needs to blink when you can go faster?
Exactly.
Don't worry, let's,
Is the soundtrack going to be available for purchase anywhere?
Yeah, so we decided that our current plan is to make the soundtrack available with your purchase, so everybody will get it.
Oh, thank you. That stops my next question of begging on my knees for the soundtrack.
There.
That's the way to do.
Oh, he did it.
Oh, you got it. You got this.
But this is only the very beginning, because I only bought like the very first because I don't have that much money. Or Obtainium, which I love the reference.
You can get more Obtainium if you go faster, though.
No, you can't.
Yeah, it's like a cycle. The faster you go, the more you can get.
It's actually true. There are now bonuses issued at the end of the level, and if you complete in a shorter period of time, you get a higher bonus.
I did not know that.
Yep.
I just got legitimized.
Yeah.
You were just making that up, and little did you
wrong.
know it's all true.
Oh, you dick.
Yeah, it's all ranking based, so yeah, the better rank you can get, the more you get. The best one is Platinum, but that one's a little tough.
I did notice in the main menu that you guys have time trials now. Do you guys have much of a community for that, or is it more just in-house right now? Or are you expecting a big community when the game launches?
So right now we have several groups of people that we're just trying to test the build with and make sure that we get as broad of a set of platforms as we can to make sure that things go pretty smoothly with launch. And so we're going to have those people set some initial times for us. And then we're also planning on having in studio, having all of us set times for specific tracks so that we can have people race against us.
That's cool.
But yeah, for
a
me,
decent community.
yeah, I'm hoping it'll be pretty competitive. Like for me, going back to trials, one of the things that really made me keep playing that game was the time trials.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, more than just going through and beating a level, I wanted to be faster than my friends all the time so I could rub it in their face. And so I'm kind of hoping that that'll be the same situation with this, where just because somebody's beaten it doesn't mean that they won't play the level again. And especially beating the entire game and then coming back and playing with your leveled up character so you can really embarrass your friends.
There is a quiet reverence and satisfaction with beating your friends. I know.
Quiet?
Yeah!
In your face!
Oh,
bitches!
man. When Giant and I lived together was the age of Halo 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that wasn't very quiet, was it?
Halo 2 and Smash Brothers. Oh, shoot. But yeah, we were all about Smash Brothers and, well, you guys also did Madden. So you guys are pretty competitive with Madden.
I love the commentator in those old Madden games. You get a
Oh, it's the
touchdown. Get a touchdown, and he's like, "Yeah, if that team keeps doing that, they're probably gonna win this game." It's like,
Oh yeah, John Madden actually doing the commentating, and he's like full on like literal iteration. Now you see what happens is if you go and get the most points, then you're probably gonna win the game.
You know what had the greatest commentary of all time? Did you guys ever play NBA Jam?
Yes.
heck yeah.
Man,
He's on fire.
why don't they make that game anymore? Or
think
you know
they
what?
do.
Just release it again.
Actually, they did not a re-release, but they did like an update version of it in EA Vancouver. And my
Oh, really?
my cousin-in-law heads up the playtesting user experience at EA Vancouver, and he's actually one of the characters, one of the secret unlockable characters in the new NBA Jam.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
really?
awesome.
One of the funniest things that I saw with the new NBA Jam was there's a part in it. I guess there's an unlockable thing where you can play as President Obama. and
Yeah, why not?
Obama,
Nice.
Michelle Obama, and Joe Biden.
They should
And
have put Clinton in it.
they
Yeah.
actually have like along with them they have custom like sayings in it. So
Oh,
it's not
really?
just like the generic ones, but they actually start saying like presidential like jokes associated with it.
Oh,
You gotta look it up. You need to look it up. It's really fun.
That's awesome.
what was I going to say? So now that you guys are much further along in the development, two questions. One, what have been your absolute favorite glitches? And two, what is the saddest feature that you had to take out of the game?
Ooh, nice, good question.
Wow, man. It's like you got some journalists or something. What is this?
You're gonna love this.
Sega.
Look at this.
A sight
The
to
best
behold.
glitch.
Harrison said
Oh,
if it
okay.
was no one would believe
So I
that the
made
Lost Forest could exist
we made like a rag doll at one point for Harrison.
The old man.
So when he hits things, on an occasion we'll have like a death where he just kind of goes limp and floats through space. And when I first made it, I didn't properly connect all the bones to each other. So when you hit something and you go ragdoll, he would just like his bones would all go in different directions. He would just stretch out to like infinity, and it looked like ridiculously painful.
Sending him
So that was
further
pretty
back
funny.
into
I left that
space.
in for like a week because I just
Alone.
loved it. Well, yeah, I'll let Alex do his favorite
comes the
glitch, and
meat
then
wagon.
we'll go to the other one after that.
Yeah, I've been trying to think of glitches. I don't know.
Glitches. There was the missing background. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, I like the stretchy background. That was really good.
That would be a good one.
I'm trying to think.
I feel like
Oh,
there
I
has
guess.
to be
Well, I guess
some-
you guys saw it last time. I think my favorite glitch was when we first put in Mega Boost. When you held the Mega Boost button, it just used to fire the effect off
Oh
non-stop.
yeah.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
So it just looked like a machine gun, and just gave you seizures. It was really fun.
Oh, actually, there was another time too where I accidentally cranked Mega Boost up like way too high,
Oh yeah.
and you just tap it, and just be. I mean, you just keep going right through the level, and just be like. None of the physics would react, so you just be instantly outside the level.
He broke the sound barrier, but then hit an asteroid and broke his face.
He went plaid.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Yeah, that
good.
was- in terms of like things we had to cut, I don't want to spoil it in case we decide to do it later.
That's
But we
totally
had-
fair.
We had a mode, or it wasn't even a mode, but it was like a collectible. And our plan was to have it so that you'd find these distress calls, and they'd be collectibles in game, and then you'd hear a distress call from some other ship that was disabled, and then you could branch off to other levels and try and meet up with those people and help them save their ship or rescue them.
Interesting.
So it was kind of like a side mission thing, and we ended up cutting it. Like, let's just do the basics for now, and then our plan is, hopefully, if it sells well, I'd love to do it as DLC. So we have a couple little stories written about like distress calls that we want to make. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that was
love
pretty
that.
awesome.
Yeah, no, I love that idea. That's really cool. Now I'm sad that it got taken out.
My favorite thing I think that we ever talked about, which I don't know if we'll ever do even in DLC, but we had just had like really wacky ideas for different solar systems and planets you could go to. And so one of our ideas was to make planets that were just sumo wrestlers, and the whole system would just be like really big fat guys in orbit. And if you flew into them, they would just like bounce you off with their belly. So they're kind of like pulsars, but it was way too much work just modeling all these characters just to have you bounce off of them. But it was a fun idea.
Yeah, no, that's neat.
Yeah, I mean, when we originally came up with this idea, we were like, the coolest thing about it is that you can do anything in space. Like, we really like Futurama because you can't really run out of ideas of things to do in Futurama.
Yeah, very
And so
true.
we were trying to think of like all these crazy planets that we could make, and yeah, the sumo one definitely came up.
Who knows? Maybe they'll make it in one day.
Stretch goal.
Maybe we'll do a Kickstarter just for Sumo Planet.
Yeah.
Sumo Planet Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Let me know when that goes live. We'll have to have some words in an interview or something.
What? I didn't know they could do that.
Really
You heard it
popular
here
in
first,
Japan.
man.
Yeah.
You guys are getting pretty good at this game.
Oh,
man.
and then that happened.
Oh, then died.
I think that was
We're getting pretty good at making pancakes.
I think I just made a crater in the rock.
Yeah. I love the difficulty level in this game and how it ramps up, and how disorienting it is when you have to start utilizing switching screens quickly.
Yeah, it's like speed puzzling, right? Like if you had a couple moments to think about it, it's not that challenging, but just because of the speed that it takes place at, it's
Yeah.
Oh, I missed
And-
an obtainium.
That aspect of it reminds me of a little game called Velocity. It's
Oh, that's funny. We were just talking about that.
oh really? It's a
Yeah,
good
I'm
game.
playing 2X right now on PS4. Just picked it up a little while ago.
I got it with the PlayStation Plus. I got it on my
Yeah,
Vita
me
as well.
too.
Yeah.
Whoa!
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, it's a great game. It's the same kind of thing where you need to make snap decisions really quickly.
Oh yeah, yeah. I really like the mix of like platforming and flying in that game.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool mix if we ever do like, I don't know, like 5 sequels for this game. Eventually just turn into like a side-scroller mix.
That actually leads into one of my next questions. Is I know this game isn't released yet, but since you guys have had your creative juices flowing for so long, do you have any ideas on the whiteboard about what you're going to do after this game for the future, or what you're going to do for any kind of DLC besides what we already talked about?
Well, I think we want to keep probably any other DLC ideas we have a little bit secret.
Yeah, no worries there.
And we do have something, we have something planned for our next game, but I won't talk about that either. But I will say that we usually have a list of games that anytime one of us we have a conversation and we come up with a stupid game idea that we'll just kind of like jot down. And that's like our go-to list if we ever need to pitch an idea or we're ever like out of ideas to make. We just kind of hit up that list and try and come up with the one that makes us laugh the most, and that's our next idea.
Yeah, that's a great way to do it.
So I don't know, I might be able to come up with I'm trying to think of a couple games from that list that might be kind of funny. I won't go into the details, but we had this one idea about a game that would involve a giant that really, he's a very friendly guy and he wants to help this like village that he lives by. He wants to help them day to day, and like they get attacked by thugs and marauders and whatnot, and so you play as the giant and you're trying to help them, but because you're so huge and kind of clumsy, you tend to make mistakes, and if you're not careful, you can easily wipe out like citizens in the village.
Yeah,
Maybe you try like helping a bug out of a puddle or something like that, and you just end up causing way more damage.
You just crush it and it's like entire family or something like something like that, where you're a good guy by intention, but you're just a big clumsy oaf and you end up causing way more trouble than you solve, I guess.
I think that's a good idea. I was gonna say some of my favorite games have come out of what the developers called. I had this really stupid idea one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's most of our ideas.
Yeah, no,
even this
there's nothing wrong
was
with
like
that.
a stupid beginning. Yeah, Lost Orbit's like an idea for a name slate. We were just thinking of like, oh, we should make a Pixelnauts name slate, and it just turned into this game. That's pretty great.
Yeah, well, that's good. You guys make amazing games, so I'm excited to see what other ridiculous ideas you have.
Oh, let's do it again.
Oh, okay.
It's slowing down again for you?
Yeah, I've got a frame rate issue.
And it's just very random too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were encountering that before, and we had like we just did a bit of a code overhaul on that today, so I guess it didn't make it into this build, but
Not
yeah,
a
it
worry.
should be fixed now. It's too bad.
Yeah. It's Average Giants. We have a knack for finding
Find
any and
the
all
bugs.
bugs.
It's okay, though.
Yeah, it's all good.
This is beta, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. The excitement of beta.
Yeah. Oh, I think our viewers are pretty used to that by now.
Yeah.
We had one game, speaking of our favorite glitches, we had one game that, it wasn't because it was made in RPG Maker, but the version he was using wasn't really compatible with streaming. So when we played it, it looked fine, but on the stream, it was only catching maybe one of every 10 frames in the game. So,
Oh no.
oh, it was, I felt so bad for him because there was no fix that we could have done live either.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoa!
Oh man, you're going quick.
Whoa! This is. I don't even. Oh, jeez! Oh, wow.
Oh god.
I got lucky so much there.
Oh man.
That was crazy. I got extremely lucky. Ah! Ah!
Not that time.
Yeah, it's always the first try where it's like, yeah, nailed it. Then after that, it's like, oh, whoa.
Confidence was too high.
Yep. I love too how the robot that's narrating, it's just kind of taunting you. He's flying around kind of like Tails in Sonic 2. And it's like, you know, if you flew like the robot, this would be far less dangerous.
I always felt that was missing from Sonic. I really wanted Tails just to call me an asshole once in a while there.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa!
Oh! That was a long time nemesis right there.
Weaving between that. Yeah, that's great.
Fleeting Infinity in chat says, you just painted that last asteroid.
Oh.
Die young.
Fast tire.
Whoa.
I like
No.
the little run you did that asteroid a few seconds ago. That was amazing.
Yeah, right?
It's getting bolder.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a slow.
That is
Oh,
called-
no!
That is called a giant fluke.
That's the same. That's the
Oh.
same damn one every time, too. That's getting me.
He likes you.
No, no. Oh, that came from nowhere.
You're making a lot of friends this level.
My asteroid friends.
Hey, we should implement like a Shadow of Mordor thing where we name all the asteroids.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Nemesis, they follow you around the universe.
Oh,
Give them a
come
name,
on.
please.
Yes, we should implement a one-drink minimum, because I agree.
Yeah.
We have a game ships with like a breathalyzer.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not drunk enough. to
Start
play.
up and we'll see how it is.
Whoa. Okay, okay. We're good.
Oh man, I could not imagine playing this game drunk.
We're good now. Oh, we're good now.
Whoa. Whoa.
We're good.
No.
Everything's fine.
I can't believe we're still quite early in the game, and this is like I'm having trouble talking because I'm watching you.
Only 10 deaths there.
That's not bad.
That's pretty sweet.
I was watching one of the guys in our office play it the other day, and he refused to let go of Mega Boost. And I watched him play just some random level, and he got 95 deaths. I couldn't stop watching. It was mesmerizing. He was just, everything was red.
All right, here we go.
I would love to see that, yeah, if you implemented like the Shadow of Mordor and it's like, oh, spot the asteroid, and then you're through like a level like 2 worlds and 5 levels later, and all of a sudden just this asteroid with a nameplate that says Bob just goes careening by. Oh, I remember the wire.
Oh, jeez. It's different.
Almost went out of his way to crash.
He was narrating too. He said he almost went out of his way to. Oh, he's.
But then that's like the ghost noise. Whoa! Oh, I don't even have to go in them. I just go by them. Just swim. Oh!
I should have done something about that.
So.
I love how that the robot's like, I don't know why I saved him, and then he just after that just like, yeah, you're screwed. Oh,
Yeah,
the blood in there.
A lot of jokes about the futility of struggling against certain death, but
As you do.
I feel if you lived in space, you don't get too attached to things. You just watch things die and explode all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. That's.
I think too. Like I like even the most serious movies can have moments of like levity, and that's what makes the low points actually feel low, right? Like if you watch Terminator, that's a movie it's pretty dark. I mean, it's about the end of the world effectively.
Yeah.
But there's serious moments of comedy in that movie, and overall, you can almost even classify it as like a comedy action movie.
Yeah. No, that's very true.
And so, yeah, when we started Pixelnauts, we definitely wanted to make sure that we weren't taking things too seriously because that makes for really boring games, in our opinion. So, yeah, try to keep a mix of comedy and tragedy.
I would completely agree with that too. Well, I don't need to get into it, but me and my wife play a lot of MMOs, and we usually find the games that have a little bit of humor mixed in with the seriousness of their story keep us engaged a lot longer than just the really serious ones.
Because it feels more realistic, right? Like I remember going with my dad to see RoboCop 2 in the theaters when I was a kid. Which I shouldn't have been there. But what it comes down to is I remember watching like like the humorous side of it was what freaked me out the most. That these like the people in those movies were committing like horrible atrocities against each other and like laughing while doing it. And it's just something about that scared me and just kind of stuck with me, I guess.
Oh, I boosted off the planet.
Happens to the best of us.
Oh,
just
so
flip
close.
that one.
No, I just
you made a
switched there.
Harrison's like tribute statue on the end of that asteroid. One thing I was going to ask is there is a lot more detail in these environments than what I remember of when you guys were last year.
Oh.
And I was going to ask like what oh man. What inspires you when you go to the different worlds and that kind of thing? What did you or how did you decide on what the theme for the world was going to be?
I think we just kind of winged it. I don't know. Just me and Chris took a couple worlds and just I don't know, just whatever we felt at the moment. Just kind of did it. I don't know if we had any specific inspiration for that. I mean, the first world has a lot of the mining stuff, so it was more of a gameplay kind of thing. Just trying to think of cool ways to challenge the player in like a really simple level.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one, it was just mainly wanting to make some plants, I think.
I respect that.
Yeah, we're just doing a lot of rocks and technology and stuff. It was nice to do some green stuff.
Yeah, get in touch with some space nature.
Yeah, space nature, yeah. Star forests and all that cool sounding stuff.
I think we had the goal starting off too to just make sure that the game was just as beautiful as possible because it's supposed to be about that mix of being in some place where it's really wonderful to look around and it's fun to kind of fly around, but it is also very dangerous.
Yeah,
that's a much better answer than my just winging it.
It can be both.
I think
Yeah, that's true. I think
you-
that's good. I think that was one of the goals we set out, right? Is to make a pretty cartoony kind of fun game that's really like morbid in some ways too.
I unlocked 2 achievements.
Yeah, we like that juxtaposition to art versus brutality.
I think you nailed that too, and I find that juxtaposition really gives a lot more of a poignant nature to the brutality when it does happen. Which a lot of people, like, you play
Everything's
Shadow
gotta
Warrior,
die.
and
But
you
this
know
poor
the
guy
amount of
with
blood in
nothing to
there
live
is
for,
so
he wasn't going
ridiculous that
easy.
you just feel like you're painting with
I
a red
guess he figured
paintbrush
he
the
hadn't
entire
had a
time.
chance to live.
But in here, you hit one asteroid,
Maybe we're more
and
lucky
everybody
than I thought.
cringes.
That sounds like a last
Yeah.
name.
What was I going to say?
You
In
need to
chat,
give it
we're,
name.
we're being asked if the game's
Something
going to be
to
on
paint on the
Desira,
pile
Steam,
when you're
or
scrapped.
GOG. And I just wanted to reiterate that the game is going to be for Steam.
I knew an athlete back in
Currently, was there a reason that you guys are
Skinny
doing
little kid
Steam
with thick glasses and a
specifically, or is that just kind of your starting point,
He
and
never
then
knew
seeing
to
how it
shut
goes
up
from
either.
there?
That was just our starting point.
We used to
Yeah.
pick up the train tracks
Big
to
market,
the next
easy
town
to
after.
kind of get on and all that kind of
Swim
stuff.
with
So
Yeah,
fish
definitely.
for suckers.
we've talked to from the guys from Desura, and I
During the
mean
cold
we'll
jams,
probably
he told me,
give it a
we'd
try
come
at
down
some
the
point,
hill
but
of beaters
that
to
Steam's our
turn on
focus right now. So
We'd run 4 at a time, trying to push one another
And
off the ridge.
we should also reiterate, because it's been like
Right
nearly
into
an
the
hour, but
grounds.
we're talking over a lot of the storyline because
Heading
we
out
want
on
you
our
guys
own like
to
that
pick
made
up this
us
game
feel
and try
grown
this
up.
game when it is launched. And the story is really half the fun of the game, so
Now I
to
go where
fully
I'm
enjoy
going,
it,
he says.
you're gonna have to not listen to
Haven't
me
seen
play it.
those guys in 35 gens.
Thanks, man. That's nice of
Sometimes
you
I
to
try
say.
to imagine
Yeah.
where they are or what they're doing.
yeah, I recommend throwing some
I wonder if
headphones
they ever
on,
think
grabbing a
of me.
controller, and just kind of.
Turn off the lights too.
Yeah, turn off the lights.
That's interesting. I never played it in the dark.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's sexy. It's very colorful.
Jeez.
It, like,
I'm getting taught things about my own game tonight.
Hey, do you guys remember that thing Microsoft showed off where it like projected stuff onto your living room?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd really like to try with this game. Actually, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, it would be
Yeah, that would
actually,
be.
especially when
The
you
different
die.
colors and stuff. Yeah.
When you die, it just flashes red over your entire wall.
It should just bleed out red from your TV. That would be amazing.
Oh God.
We have to buy out this company. We use Microsoft.
Yeah, they're small. I
His
think.
best monster
All right,
imitation.
we'll get a loan. We'll work
Just,
it out.
just get a Kickstarter. Actually, I wonder how that would go. A
my
I wonder
Kickstarter
if that would
page.
work. Yeah, I want to buy out Microsoft.
Do you think Kickstarter would kick us off if we made a Kickstarter just to buy out Microsoft?
No, I think they'd be fine with it, but I think what would happen is if we got even close to enough, Microsoft would buy Kickstarter and then shut us down.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If they have the money to do that, they would totally do it.
That is
Yeah.
an interesting
That'd be
theoretical
great.
question.
That would be totally worth
I
doing.
wonder if LeVar Burton would be pissed off that you guys made more than him.
Hey, Reading Rainbow is pretty awesome.
I know. I grew up with that. It made it so that I never wanted to read books ever again.
Wow.
You know what? I don't even know why I love that show so much. I think it was just because of Jordy, but
Yeah.
I would watch it and I'm like, the whole time, I have no interest in any of these books
Yeah.
or anything that any of these children are saying, but I was just completely captivated by seeing LeVar without his hair on.
Go on YouTube and look up Reading Rainbow High or something like that. And they basically, somebody edited it so everything the kids said made no sense to anything.
You know, I'm gonna take the road far less traveled and say that I found some of my favorite books as a child from that show, and I think it's terrible that you people didn't read the books that LeVar recommended to us. Ooh, look at that! You're a galactic ape.
Yeah, that's silver. The other Kickstarter thing that I saw. Somebody was trying to raise $6.5 million on Kickstarter or Indiegogo, whatever it was, so that they could buy the only copy of the new Wu-Tang Clan album, which apparently they only made one copy of, this Wu-Tang Clan album, and we're going to auction it off. So this person was like, I'm going to buy this and I'm going to destroy it so that nobody will never have to be subjected to Wu-Tang Clan. And then everybody's like, well, here's the problem. You're still giving Wu-Tang Clan $6.5 million for something. That's all I was thinking. That's my thing.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Fast and Furious. Oh, there better be
I
lots of
need
like.
the soundtrack so bad. Listening to that victory music, I didn't want you to go to the next level.
Here we go, Fast and Furious. Non-stop boosting. Yes! Yeah, look at us go! Whoa!
Oh boy. This is so
Oh!
disorienting.
Oh, I missed it.
Whoa!
Oh, you know
Okay,
what?
you shouldn't even have survived. You're just gonna boost the boost, aren't you?
Let's see. I can do the recharge. I gotta do the fuel eventually.
Yeah.
There.
Perfect. More fast. Name of the game. Ooh!
'Cause that's what happens. I paint.
You hit like 4 asteroids.
Call me Bob Ross, because I'll be painting the stars red.
Always try and make your bloody asteroids happy.
Oh.
Just paint a little bit of blood.
Remember,
over here.
there are no mistakes with blood.
That asteroid's our friend. We're just gonna give him a little red, a little touch of red.
That guy was
Chris,
amazing,
we have to
actually,
make,
because like
we have to make a
watching
wig
him
for
paint.
Astro.
What's that?
We have to make a Harrison. We have to make Harrison a little Afro wig.
Yes.
Unlockable achievement. The Bob, Ross afro.
skin.
The Bob Ross, like, whatever, suit.
Oh,
He should, like,
man.
scoop out paint from his jetpack, too. That'd be awesome. Or trees!
Oh,
Yeah. Oh man.
The thing that always amazed me about him is he'd be like working on a painting, and you're screaming at the television like, "No, it's horrible! You ruined it! You had a nice landscape, you painted over it, now you destroyed it. Just walk away." And then he'd do one more brushstroke, and you're like, "Okay, it's a masterpiece."
Yeah. How do you do that?
Whoa, jeez, what the hell was that?
It's like when you see one of those street artists, they paint something upside down. You're like, "What is this garbage?" And then they flip it upside down.
Whoa,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Oh, look at you. You made a couple circles. Wow. And then it's like, you made the entire solar system.
you made the Illuminati in space.
How'd you do that with a sponge? Always blew my mind.
Why are you painting on the street?
Yeah. Why is it that this is called like street art and that a square on a white canvas is actually art?
Yeah, alright, I just don't get modern art sometimes.
Yeah.
It was like, I think it was a Banksy, I'm not sure if it was Banksy or not, but then you see on this wall this graffiti and it shows light bulbs. And it's like first picture it shows light bulb, then it goes classic art and it's, you know, a bit more stylized, and then
Conventionalized.
no, it still looks nice. Then they go street art, and it's, you know, more graffiti-ish, and then it goes graffiti, and it's like this tiny thing that just kind of looks like it was somebody who spray painted like a circle and a couple lines. And then the final one says modern art, and it just shows a little yellow dot. Alright, you can probably find that one. It's a good example of just how stupid modern art is now.
It's like that evolution of man thing, but in reverse with art, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
The de-evolution of art.
Yeah, pretty much.
There was, I'm trying to remember where I saw it recently, but Banksy had a stand outside of, I think it was Central Park.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And he was selling, well, I mean, he hired somebody to sell what was supposed to be knockoff Banksy prints. And
They were the real
he
thing.
sold them for like $30 or something like that.
Good on him. I love Banksy.
He sold $420,000 worth of his art for $600.
Yeah, and he only sold to like a few people.
Well, it's because only
Like,
a few
not
people
people
actually.
even bought it.
Yeah,
Good
And so
on him.
then, later on, he hired somebody to sell actual knockoffs for much higher prices.
Really?
I'm okay. Oh no, no.
I just read your post about the cardboard boxes. That was amazing.
Oh, I'm just. Now I actually am painted. Whoa!
3 cardboard boxes stacked on top of each other. Oh, my wife she has a design degree in the beginnings of a fine arts degree. She's an artist, and she totally gets that stuff. And then she tries to explain it to me, and I do my best. But if it's 3 cardboard boxes stacked on top of each other, sometimes it's just 3 cardboard boxes stacked on top of each other.
Remember that one? It was on whatever news website where basically what happened was this cleaning lady at a Spain art museum accidentally cleaned up, basically threw out I think it was like a $20 million art piece because she thought it was garbage. Because it literally, the name of this, the thing was called like urban trash or something. It was literally like a pile of shit. I mean poo. I mean
Excrement.
Excrement. Whoa! This is getting insane.
This is a modern art simulator. You're painting excrement with your blood.
You can take screenshots and sell this for millions.
Oh.
Whoa! This is crazy.
Can you pause it for a second?
I can.
Oh man!
Oh good!
Oh, one sec. We lost someone from the call.
Oh no!
Hello?
Hello?
There we go.
Hey, sorry about that, guys. I was too cool. Got knocked off the internet.
Not a worry.
Oh, I wonder where you went. I thought you were just really quiet.
Well, if you look at where I paused,
Yeah.
you can see I made a delightful splatter just as I paused.
So the splatter pattern in this piece
Yeah.
tells us that he's in a state of stasis.
He's showing that humans are a lot more than just an external body.
There are a whole lot of red. So, sorry, Carl...
Blood on my hull.
Carl Savant in chat was asking, I think for his journalism, if there's any way for game journalists to get a hold of the game in case they want to do reviews or anything like that. Would they just email you guys or something like that?
Yeah, email us at inquiry@pixelnots.ca and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, for sure. We'll definitely put you on the list.
Heck yeah.
Nice Napoleon.
Heck yeah.
Whoa!
Oh,
That was good.
Wow! Wow!
Your reflexes are getting better, but your brain isn't telling you where to go properly.
No, it's starting to get a lot more abstract.
No, you can't use your brain. You gotta just let your body react. Just
Yeah,
go
it's use your natural reflexes to
that's
keep
why the
going.
liquor helps, my friend.
If you're finding that you're reacting too much, you just need more speed.
Yeah, more fast. Now, one question I have about this is, do the chickens have large talons?
Does Elijah have magical powers?
No, that's a tiger.
Fleeting Infinity says you're really expressing your inner self, and you're putting yourself onto the canvas in this, literally. Oh, do we have frame drop?
Oh no, here
we're
we go.
good.
It hung up for a moment. We're good.
Did you call it back?
Onward.
Carl sounds like my editor. Carl, are you an editor?
Shh, don't tell anybody. Oh, you have to restart it.
Okay.
It looked like it was going to be okay.
Boop. So we're technically going over time. Did you guys need to go? Do you need to go to bed or anything? I assume it's
I
pretty
might
late.
need to go to the
That's for the week.
bathroom, but I'm good for a while.
Alright. Because we don't have a second guest right now, so we're going to do some horror games. But I like this game.
Yep. I
If you
mean,
guys
I don't
are-
want to show it all off.
If you want to hang out for a little while longer, we totally appreciate that. You can go whenever you want to go, though.
Yep. Because then after this, we'll just play Alien something.
Alien Isolation.
Something.
DLC.
Something. Whoa! Whoa!
Holy,
crap.
how are you? Oh, that's fine. I was like, how are you still alive? But you weren't.
Yes, I'm twitching.
I couldn't even get that sentence out.
Look at me twitch.
That's brutal.
In a pool of my own blood on a crater. Or on an asteroid. Woo! Oh, what? I just kind of went by that one. That was good.
Ooh.
We're doing that. Oh, son of a...
Don't worry, I'll get him up.
I'll get him.
I'll get him off.
What do I have? 74? Oh, I think we can upgrade. Booster! Oh, again, I'm one off. Dang it. Let's do this. Whoa! Whoa!
Congratulations. That's amazing. So, I know we don't have the composer here, But I was wondering if he's mentioned anything about like what his inspirations were, because I'm hearing a lot of this, and a lot of it is like late 80s, early 90s synth to me, and I'm loving it. And I was wondering if that was like some of where it came from.
I mean, yeah, like I can't claim to know all his inspirations. I know we gave him like a short list of stuff that we liked and thought fit the game. But yeah, I don't know. I think he was looking at like a lot of Tron stuff.
Yeah.
Tron, like Drive, I think, was another inspiration.
Yeah, which I mean, they would fit that kind of feel, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
But he definitely, I think he did a good job of like interpreting that kind of feel that we wanted for it, but making it its own thing too. Like I really don't feel like it's directly taken from anywhere. Like it's kind of its own entity, which is nice.
I want all of them.
It is, yeah, it is definitely something to see. Much like your design and your color palettes and your worlds and your blood splatters, it all comes together as these little unique pieces that they make this really unique game.
Thanks, man. That's really
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Oh,
And now
it's right
you're-
there.
you're-
You know what? Now we have enough.
You're playing around with
I don't have enough yet.
with a bunch of
Wait.
different features here, where it's like the super speed that sends them off the screen into a water thing, that sends them into another super speed. Like that is just mean.
Whoa.
That was really close. That was not close.
That was not close.
That was a miss.
No, that was not a miss. That was a hit.
Swing and a splat.
I just wanted to appreciate the plant life. I wanted to look at it really closely, so I decided to smash myself into it.
Oh! It's Bob!
Oh, okay. There's that one right there. It's gonna be the bother to me.
Oh, man.
It's like, oh yes, oh! And then right in the friggin' middle of those. Yeah.
See, I look at the red panes as it's really like Hansel and Gretel's breadcrumbs. You're really just marking where you have to go next.
Screw it. I'm just gonna keep.
So, much like Bear Grylls, you have to do the same shots twice.
Just gonna go. I'm just gonna go ahead.
You're just scouting ahead, seeing how far you
Yeah.
can go in the level.
I've become one with Harrison. But I'm Harrison.
Whoa! Whoa! God, it's
Okay.
Bob! Hi, Bob.
I'm doing this. I'm doing it. I had a blood splatter on the weekend when it happened. It looked like a barcode.
Really?
I splattered blood into a barcode.
Just scan it.
Did you scan it?
No, it came up as Tostitos. I don't know why.
If you scan it backwards, it says Harrison's already dead.
This is just a dream. Oh, that's even more depressing.
Man, there is actually.
No, it's not a dream. He's in hell.
That's even worse.
This, hell is very scenic.
This is Limbo,
No, it's a
actually.
dream. It takes place in the same universe as Roseanne.
It turns out that on his computer, his comm thing in his visor, it's just playing reruns of Roseanne.
Yeah. There's a.
He doesn't want it to kill himself sooner.
That's what he's doing every time he hits a rock. Not this episode!
There's a big indie game that launched on Steam called The Fall, and it's where you're playing a suit much like this, but you're not the person inside. The person inside the suit has died, and you're playing the AI that was controlling the suit.
Oh.
And so,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, it's a really neat idea, but it sounds like it's such a depressing, heavy ride through like humanity's faults that I don't know if I want to put myself through it. That just kind of reminded me of it.
I wonder if we could get the IP for Roseanne. We should make a video game.
Get the IP for Roseanne.
Oh!
Oh man, make an MMO?
Rose, yeah,
Roseanne.
a Sims Roseanne edition.
Rosanimo.
Can I like?
Oh my god.
Can you have a Godzilla statue in the background of everything?
I think I'd want to make like a kart racer or something.
Oh god.
Roseanne
One of the
Racing.
characters be cream corn.
Yep.
Oh man. Oh, now I'm thinking about what the characters would be. I was like, oh, her sister could be in a cop car. I don't want to go down this road of thought.
Oh man.
We've already been.
No,
We've already
okay, I'll
gone
put
there.
that on the list, all right?
Ah, I gotta turn around there. And not turning around enough. That was just my fault for scratching my head.
Oh my god. Pie Man, you need to link me that. Apparently some dudes are making a King of the Hill RPG.
All about propane and propane accessories. You know, it turns out it's Breaking Bad and King of the Hill, except you're selling propane.
Yeah, well, I
Damn
mean,
it.
if you're gonna go ahead and do it, you might as well put Beavis and Butthead in it too.
Oh yeah, totally.
Might as well put in the guys from Office Space.
Yep.
Yeah, mix it all together.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ah.
Rich Tapestry.
All of the Mike Judge stuff, so you'll also have Rondo in it.
Oh my god. Quest accepted. Find the soul in the stapler.
KingofTheHillRPG.com. Nice.
Nice.
You know what? I gotta admit, when I first watched King of the Hill, I hated it.
Acceptable.
Yeah. I was
And
the
it was
same.
just like, there was this moment when I watched an episode and I was just, everything came together. And it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. It was the episode, I can tell you exactly what episode it was too. It was the one where Bobby had ADHD and they put him on Ritalin. And he just became like empathic or telepathic or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
He's like sitting at the table as calm as he's ever been. He's like, there's a jar of mustard and a jar of mayonnaise in the fridge that's about to go bad. And there it goes. Oh man, so good.
For me, it was the paintball episode. I can't even remember any good quotes from it.
The one
but it was
that
just really cool.
that I thought was the funniest was where Bobby tries a cigarette, so they make him smoke an entire pack.
Oh yeah.
Then he's just like, "That's not how you smoke. This is how you smoke." Which came a meme in its own.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Hey, maybe we should go to that place where you used to smoke. What was it called? Smokies?" And they find out they go to Smokies, and like, they're like, "Do you guys still have a smoking section?" They're like, "Yeah, sure. Follow us." You see this nice, elegant place. And they walk through it. Then they go through this door, and it's this dark, dingy, smoke-filled, full of like people that are just looks really disgusting. And they get sat down there with them.
That's funny. I remember the one where he went to work with his dad. Bobby did.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Yep, I remember that one too.
Gave him this big lecture about what work was supposed to be like. Like, I don't even understand how that show ever got made. Because if you sit down and try and tell somebody about one of the episodes, it's like, that sounds like a horrible show.
Yeah, you both get bored. You both get bored while you're explaining it. Yeah.
My constant criticisms on his navigation must have hit a nerve, because he stared right at me for what seemed like an uncomfortable amount of time. You know, there's something to be said for good old-fashioned instinct. Gut feeling, he exclaims.
Oh, here we go. You guys are actually making it pretty far through the game.
Yeah, I'm
Functions
noticing
and
that.
Logic.
Yeah.
Pretty good, yeah.
Put your money where your mouth
Been on
is.
for what, like an hour and a bit?
Yeah,
I bet you 25 Tane I crossed an extra Peter before you.
I'm loving
Well,
this. Wait, I don't want
What
to go
else
too
was there to say?
No, that's fine. I
Yeah.
understand.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first Gen Vega Cup. Brought to you by our lovely sponsors, The Array. The Array, odds on everything and nothing at odds. If you want the figures, we're the civilization for you. Start your engine.
Oh, it's going down.
2, 1, go!
Oh, you just missed it. Oh god, he's so much better than me. Oh.
Oh! And he's down.
Okay, we're gonna
Oh,
same spot.
same spot.
Oh, it's a good thing that he gets to start over too with me. Around. Oh, that's a troll spot. If I guess nope.
Boy,
It's just, I'm going a bit too fast for my own good.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the
right.
way it should be played.
Yeah, that is the only way this game can be played in my book. Oh.
Whenever we have design talks about how fast certain things should be, it always comes down to base speed should be reasonable, boosting should feel fast, and a mega boost should be too fast.
Okay, this is good.
Whoa, good
Alright,
lord.
alright.
Good
Oh,
lord.
I was going the right way this
It's
time.
like 4 times into that one asteroid.
Or more than that. Whoa!
I love how a solution is add more to mega boost.
Why not? I gotta find a way to go faster, right? Oops.
He's finally listening to my advice. If you
Yeah.
find you're turning too much, just get more speed.
No!
I feel like you're just hitting the same things. You're like, I want to paint them red, but the blood is drying, so I need to get the red back.
No, I'm really trying to do this, but I can't think this fast, and I don't think the game... the game doesn't go far enough ahead of me.
Oh!
Do-over. Mulligan. Mulligan.
Wind was in
Did
my
you guys
eyes.
ever play Cannon Fodder?
I'm trying to think. I don't think I have.
I don't think I have either.
It was this really old, it was like a top-down war game. It took place World War II.
Oh, okay.
I think there's like some Vietnam levels in it too, but basically you had this like small little group of soldiers, like this little platoon, 4 guys. You're trying to lead, it was all very cutesy poo, but you're trying to lead them through this this battle and get them out safe on the end. And if you kept your guys, then they would level up and they would become vets and whatnot, and they get more skills. But at the end of every single level, it would give you like a death toll, and it would show, and every single character had a name. And it would show you the names of like all the guys that got killed under your command.
Oh,
Damn it.
I am all for bringing some real world humanity into games, but I feel like that would be a little disturbing.
It was hilarious, and actually the really depressing part would be is you'd play like 5 or 6 levels of the game and you lose tons of guys and you wouldn't even really think about it that much. And then when you quit the game, as it was fading out, it'd show you this hill and it'd have like a gravestone for every single one of them.
Oh,
Wow.
my god.
So there'd be like, you'd have killed like 200 guys.
Not even thinking about it. I bet too, once you're like,
Oh.
you know what, I'm gonna save them, and you've got a character that's gone through a couple of levels with you, and he dies later on, it must just be heart-wrenching.
Oh, it feels, you actually feel something, and that was really cool for me as a kid too, because it was like this cutesy poo kind of, like I guess if you think of games like Worms or something, where it's like, it's cutesy and whatever,
Yeah.
but still like, it hits you when one of them gets blown up with a grenade, you're like, no! My worm!
Worm number 6, I loved you!
You were my word, bro! Whoa.
Oh man, you guys have actually kind of achieved that a little bit too, in that you've definitely got the cutesy until you splatter a couple
Oh,
of asteroids.
you can go through things!
That's what I mean, if you could fly like him, this would be a far less dangerous voyage.
And all of a sudden he's just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go
I
ahead.
mean, he's got handles on
Whoa!
the back and everything, just
Whoa!
hold on.
You have to be so
Ooh.
precise in this now. And it doesn't help that I've over boosted my dude.
Your eye.
Yeah, Pie Man has played everything, that's what his PhD is for.
Dr. Pie.
Dr. Pie Man. Oh.
Oh, this is tough. Oh, come on.
Flying like that, I'm hardly surprised they call him Crash.
I love how he's racing you and making fun of you when you die. He's just like the coldest robot.
He's just like, I saved you, but why?
Yeah. You'll see the array again in his return in Halo when he's in the Halo as Spark 343 or whatever his name was.
Whoa. Okay.
Man, everybody wants to play your game in chat tonight. I just want to put it out there that that's a good thing. So I can't wait for
Hey,
the full release.
I'm just glad they don't think it sucks.
Oh,
To quote great Garth Algar.
Thanks. I like to make games.
Play. Oh man, I gotta watch that.
Ah, damn it! Okay, so I'm realizing that boost isn't exactly necessary in this spot. Just not dying is the important thing.
I was worried that we were going to show off too much content, and then we got to this level.
Yeah.
Oh!
Damn it! I should have kept going the other way. Oh!
Oh man!
Balls!
That's brutal too, because if you looked, like his helmet was like crunched in, because you're going too fast.
There's never too fast.
Yeah, no, I don't know why I said that.
Whoa! Whoa! No! Oh my god! Okay, we're good. Whoa, wait a minute, what just happened?
Woo!
Textbook over.
Oh, damn it. Where am I? What's going on? What just happened?
I just go with it.
I'm just going with it. Oh, he beat me.
The array wins.
Okay, now imagine playing this game as a free-to-play game where you have to ask for lives every time you die.
You have to wait 24 hours until your next life.
Ah, the mobile market is a fun place, isn't it?
Oh, what's going on?
You're racing. Race!
Again?
Oh, I was hoping you
Oh,
go
it's a
like
different
straight
level?
into the... Like that. Yay!
It's a different level because there's a... Oh, son of a...
Infinity, I feel like your statement has more brevity than you initially had the intention of saying. Please swipe your visa for a new life.
I didn't know you guys were published by Kane.
Whoa!
So, how many people did you have to sue for this game?
Oh, you just crumpled that helmet.
Whoa! Ah! No!
So yeah, since everybody's
Oh,
wondering about
jeez.
when the game's coming out, I wanted to touch on the price point, which you guys think is originally was going to be between 10 to 15, and it looks like you're sounding around $11.99, which I personally think is a ridiculous steal for the amount of content that this game has. Like, I could see $11.99 for this game if we had beat it like an hour ago. So, I mean, it's a credit to you, and I'm sure that it's going to translate into a lot of people picking a game up. Is what it's going to do for you.
If I could, I would just.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, like, I play on Steam a lot, and you know, I try and I'm pretty frugal, I guess, is the play way of saying it. I'm a cheap guy, so I always look for good deals and stuff like that. And yeah, I don't know. We just want to give a fair price to our future fans.
Yeah, yeah.
See that? See that blood splatter along the top right?
Oh yeah.
Kind of resembles like a
Scan it.
QR code.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
That's
yeah,
what you should do.
scan
You
that.
should actually
Or
add
get your
a random
barcode
barcode into the
battler,
game,
man.
and then if
No.
you scan it, it'll take you to like a secret web page.
Did you really just make a reference to Barcode Battler?
Yeah, I picked it up.
Wow. I'm sorry, Giant. That blew my mind.
What did I do?
No. When he made a reference to
Oh,
Barcode
okay.
Battler.
Like I didn't do anything.
Yeah. What were you saying though?
I'm just saying that what you should do is that you should intentionally put a barcode in one of the blood splatters, and then link it. Like if you have a QR reader, link it to a web page, like a secret web page that gives them like.
We're just gonna go all Trent Reznor up in this? Is
Yeah.
that what
I
we're
was
doing
gonna
right
say it's like a Tool album or
here?
something.
Yeah.
What you're gonna do
Fez did that a lot.
is that you're gonna go and do the QR. It takes you to a secret website. You go to the website. It gives you a code to go back into the game. You put the code in,
And then you get the Bob Ross skin.
and then you get the Bob Ross skin. But
Just one screen that comes up and it's like you're already dead. Go live your life.
you're now a painting.
That's why when the skeleton comes out, it's just because the helmet pops off and the skeleton wiggles its way out of the suit. That's all it is. It's just that with red paint. Like, there's actually no gore in the game. Well,
Yeah,
you
it was
like-
funny. I was showing this game to a friend of mine who just had a kid recently, and he goes, "You guys should really think about." I think there's like a couple lines in there where he the one line was like, he said "damn" or something like that. And he's like, yeah, you guys should think about like toning down the language because you have a really like a game that can be really good for kids, and you're kind of limiting your audience. And he's
Did you see the blood?
Right now, I wouldn't let my kid play it, but you know, maybe if you tone that down a bit, I would consider it. And I'm like, you know, there's like physically modeled intestines and stuff in the games, right?
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. He's like, it's nothing worse than they can see outside if they go look at a pile of roadkill, I guess.
But you can't say damn. It's interesting. My wife and I used to live in Toronto, and we used to do the zombie walk.
Yeah.
Which, if people in the chat don't know, that's when you dress up like a zombie and walk through downtown. And there's like tens of thousands of people to do this. But one of the things that I found interesting is families will go, and like there's like a lady pushing a baby carriage through this zombie horde, and it's weird to me because it's this huge disconnect that we don't realize, where it's a complete celebration of gore, and we're bringing our children to that. But God forbid they would see like breasts on primetime television.
Even though they all sucked them.
Yeah, exactly. And in an average lifetime, you're hopefully going to see the latter, and hopefully not going to see the prior.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, yeah, this country's kind of ass backwards in the sense that it demonizes sexuality, but emphasizes like murdering things on TV. I would rather see a tit than see somebody you know, get killed.
It's not me.
Chris wants to see both.
Yeah, I was going to say, I had a friend...
Snoo snoo.
Snoo snoo. Well, that's different.
I had a friend that I was having this conversation with, and he's like, well, I like the best of both worlds, so I watched The Walking Dead and Game of Thrones. That was one of my questions, though, that I wanted to ask was, because the colors and the music and the gameplay style is very, very good for all ages, was there ever a point in development when you guys were thinking about having an option to take the gore out?
Not even once.
Respect.
Did I just hear...
Respect.
Did I just hear an Anchorman reference?
Maybe.
What did they say?
Give me a rap on the old Jack Johnson.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, when we've talked about even kids' movies in the past, like in The Office, if you look at movies like Stand By Me or something like that, like it's a movie for kids, right? But there's something in there that adults can enjoy too, and for kids it's almost like it's like a little bit too old for them, like it's dealing with some kind of mature themes but in a kid's way.
Yeah.
And we kind of wanted to make our game like that too, where it was like, you know, for kids it feels like a treat because it's like it's maybe a little bit too mature for you, and for adults there's still like some content in there that would, you know, resound with them. So
Definitely.
Yeah, it's like Porky's.
exactly.
One of the greatest Canadian movies ever made. Porky's.
That's your box quote. Like Porky's in space. Oh.
I was doing so well. It's like I do really well the very first time I get into the next area, and then I just bomb.
Infinity was saying that you were spending more time on this level than you have on the rest of the game so far.
Yeah, because it's a race, so I'm actually trying really hard.
And for the people, when you guys do play this game, you are going to find out that the difficulty ramps up in this game. Not extremely quickly, like there's definitely a good difficulty
What
curve,
was that?
but it does ramp up for sure. Good quote. Yeah, gore filters are bullshit. That is eloquently stated.
Whatever, kids are playing like Call of Duty and all that stuff. I mean, I watch my nephew play Call of Duty, and him and his friends are just swearing at each other, and I mean, this shouldn't be any different. I mean, it's all just cartoony blood, so if they want to play it, fine.
Yeah.
104 deaths.
Fleeting Infinity brings up Mortal Kombat, and that is the game that originally was what the ESRB was made in reaction of Mortal Kombat coming out, because we didn't have any way to rate video games at the time. And what has the ESRB done since then? Nothing.
They made a bunch of money.
Yep. Yeah, they definitely made a bunch of money.
honestly don't even understand it anymore.
I don't think I've ever seen like a 10-year-old ever ID'd for buying Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto. Ever.
No. And even if they were to be ID'd, they would just get it as a gift from a parent anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, parents don't care. We had we have little test fest once in a while where people come by just from around town and then they just play the game and once in a while like people will bring their kids over and I'll tell them like, yeah, just so you know, there's like organs and a lot of blood and the guy's head explodes and stuff. And they're like, oh yeah, whatever, it's fine.
It's a video game.
It's like as long as they've accepted that their kid plays video games, then they don't care what the content of the video games are.
Yeah.
Yeah, video games are equal, yeah. Yeah, Leisure Suit Larry, sure, whatever.
Oh man, I played every single one of those.
Back in my day, we had Custer's Revenge.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Yeah, none of that in this game, I think.
Can you imagine if that game came out today?
Oh, that would not be received very well. I think
No.
the only reason that game came out is that video games weren't in the mainstream media yet.
Oh yeah.
Considering that, what was it, Katy Perry or whatever or Lady Gaga or whatever did a video where she was wearing a Native American headdress and like the Native community was just fucking up in arms about it. So now
Yeah.
you're having a civil, like an old general who's going and raping Indians attached to cactus.
Yeah, this is kind of a heavy topic, but first off, I'm not big on the whole rape culture. Secondly, that's cultural appropriation at its worst.
Yeah.
And I think that's all we need to say about that.
Yeah.
It's a horrible game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So about these
It's just funny that
wormholes.
the gaming-
Whoa!
The gaming community has come so far, and yet really hasn't come that far at all.
I know. Oh,
So
man.
how about those jiggle physics in Dead or Alive?
Oh,
yeah.
That's ever
First
since
time I
Tomb Raider
saw that,
2.
I was like, okay, wow, I can't believe anybody wasted their time on this. But so many games do it now.
I just...
Oh, it's the game we were just looking at. It's a sequel. It's like it's a Japanese game, the cowboy girl, and the bottom of her dress, it wasn't a bikini, it was just a balloon. It was like one of those banana-shaped balloons.
Wow.
Damn. Do you remember that, Chris? I sent that to you guys. What was that
I
game?
thought you were
Oh,
gonna
you
go with-
sent me a picture of her, and I was like, she looks pretty used up already. Is that the one you're
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah, she had pasties and a balloon as a crotch, like, cover.
Oh, yeah. It was
Wow.
definitely Japanese.
Yeah.
I've seen a game where it's a fight. It's a Japanese fighting game where the more they fight, the more their clothes get wrecked to the point where it just rips off. And I
How
think
about the
there's
jiggle physics on the asteroids when you die?
yeah, I don't think there's enough boobs on the asteroids. You got to put some asteroid boobs in here.
Can you imagine
keep
some
doing
Jello
that.
asteroids though? You hit them and you splat, but they like ripple from the impact wave.
That'd be pretty awesome, actually.
I guess that's pretty similar to our sumo planets.
Yeah.
So this is the part where I screw up, so I'm just going to take it easy. What the heck?
It doesn't have an orbit. What? It lost its orbit. Jokes today.
Asteroids? Nice, I like it.
Why are asteroids asteroids and hemorrhoids hemorrhoids? Shouldn't it be the other way around? But then you wouldn't be an
God.
astronaut, you'd be a proctologist.
Wow. Those portals look gorgeous. They keep catching my eye. The green and the orange, like the way they pull in like that, I love it. They're so cool.
I only died 9 times. I call shenanigans on that one.
Space monkey.
I've had to have died more than that. That's just not bad.
I like the idea of asteroids. I think we should do that. They should spin, and when you hit them on the right side, you just bounce off. But if you hit them on the wrong side,
Or in
they're
the
like a
middle.
teleporter.
Just
Take
right
you to the
through.
ground dimension.
Oh god.
And so on.
Where did this go?
We are devolving quickly. Can we go
Moving on
back
the
to
air
custard?
profiles.
This is what happens when we do 2-hour specials. People just start of get so comfortable. Just the weirdest
Yeah, to
stuff.
put this in, well, now that we have a reference point for this, our very first episode was 3.5 hours.
No, 2 hours 43 minutes.
2 hours 43 minutes.
Because I didn't know
it
when
felt
to
like
end
3.5
it.
hours.
I really had no idea. We're just like it was just. I just told Nick to come over and be like, "Hey, you want to come over and we'll talk to talk to Bob for a couple hours."
They had a Prince reference.
Well, I didn't hear that.
This is what it sounds like when doves cry.
Oh, that could also be a Millhouse reference.
Yep.
Because I know that our generation would probably know Millhouse more than Prince, even though it was Prince that freaking said it.
Oh.
Hey, I think Prince is going to be on Saturday Night Live next week.
Wow, he's actually gonna do something. Oh, man.
I know, it's weird. I saw that on there. I thought it was like a rerun.
I heard Jim Carrey was amazing.
Whoa.
It was pretty good. The Lincoln ads were pretty awesome.
I have to check him out.
He's making fun of Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah. Yeah, the like Lincoln car ads, they're pretty awesome. They have a little compilation on YouTube. You can watch all three of them.
Perfect.
Hopefully
Excellent.
we can, because we're in Canada.
Yeah, no, they're good. We watch them today. If not, just proxy.
Yeah. You heard it here first. I just noticed the texture on that planet when he went around it.
Look at me go.
Is that your new head?
Not anymore.
That looked like a splitting headache.
Oh, he's never gonna get ahead in life.
Etc.
Yeah. No need to say those ever again.
Right there, look at that with the light. When you go around that planet, it's so gorgeous. So, next big question. What are you guys doing for your Steam trailer? I have big expectations.
Steam trailer?
What are your expectations?
I just want to see something amazing like this game.
Well, we always got a couple ideas in the works. Yeah, I don't know what I can tell you that would be as good as just showing it to you.
I would like to point out just how much detail is in the planets that you can barely see.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
And then when you go around the orbit, the light comes off you, so it highlights it, and it looks gorgeous. Just check it out the next time you're on there.
Look at the blood splatter that goes across the obtanium.
This is kind of reminding me of my mining in EVE Online.
What I think you should do is you should also put in a secret level that has way too many references to 2001.
Oh yeah.
Like the planets are just babies in bubbles.
One of our original rankings for the end of the game, like when you beat a level with Star Child as well.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Right there. How cool is that?
Wait, where am I? Oh.
Oh, this music just kicked it up a notch again. I'm flabbergasted. There's like no notches left.
And the best part about this game is that you don't have to touch the boost at all.
No, exactly.
You
Yeah.
just
wanna
fly,
play
right,
it wrong.
Grandma.
you just fly like this.
Yep.
Hi there. Hi there.
And
Hi there.
the
Whoa.
neat thing too is you can go back through the level if you want. Like it's open.
Yeah, it's very dangerous, but yeah, if you miss something, you can totally go back and grab
Yeah.
it.
But the whole game's dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not safe anywhere.
You
Even in the menu. Just kill you once in a while.
You took too long in the menu. You're dead.
Flat.
I'm really loving the direction you've taken inside the RPG that you do.
All speed.
Just like one branch right to the tip.
Yeah. Oh!
Oh, I can go on the outside of that thing.
I think Giant and I are slowly coming to the agreement that there's only one way to play games, and that's if it's some kind of game where you can level up your damage, then you only level up your damage, and in this kind of game that would translate to speed. So therefore, you only need speed.
Word.
Yeah.
Oh, I can go
Maybe
by it on
some
the left
steering.
side. Okay.
Oh, it was Bob!
What?
I think Fleeting Infinity said it best too. This game is just so beautiful. Like, every world is like more breathtaking than the last.
And you got to go back and listen to the narrative because the narrative is. That was one thing that I was enjoying so much when I was playing it.
Yeah, Chris added a lot of narrative over probably since the last time you guys played. We realized people really enjoyed that, so we spent some time and really kind of took it up a notch as well.
Mm-hmm.
Did he just call me dickweed?
No.
I can if you want.
Dickweed? What was that, 1993?
Oh man, I'm sorry. I am looking forward to this soundtrack as much as I'm looking forward to this game.
Yeah, I'll tell Giancarlo that. He'll be happy to hear that.
Oh,
Thank you.
He's only worked on a few projects actually, but everything he's done is just great. It's so good.
didn't we make fun of the fact that, like, oh, we have. Whoa! Whoa! I did it right. We made fun of the fact that it's like, oh, yeah, you just gotta pay Giancarlo about $2 million and he'll just write you a soundtrack for your life.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He'll walk around and, like, develop a soundtrack behind you.
Well, that's like there's a Kickstarter a couple of months back for a game that I'm also really looking forward to called Hover, and they hit the stretch goal because the game is inspired by Mirror's Edge and Jet Set Radio. So one of the stretch goals was hiring the original composer of the original Jet Set Radio, and they hit it, and they've hired him to make it, and I'm pretty juiced about it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Pretty juice.
It's a really cool stretch goal.
Got some
Yeah,
juice
right?
for it, man. Juice.
It's better than trying to put all of your backers in the game personally somehow.
Yeah, the best.
Who the hell is doing that?
Feeding them all potato salad.
We're gonna model each and every one of you and fully animate every single person for an extra $50.
Yeah. Oh, I love when they do that.
Sweet.
Or it's like, design yourself as a boss and also a whole level. And like 10 people back, and it's like, well, that game, if it comes out, it's going to be like 5 to 10 years from now.
Didn't come out of nowhere.
Is that your barrel roll? Oh my god, that's cool. Oh!
I can adjust it so it's not as far, but it's currently maxed out.
Oh, wow.
Oh
my god. Does it change your direction and then you hit it again?
I'm just gonna see if I can do this entire level like this. Nope.
I want it in my ears. Let me relink
Yeah,
that.
that's an awesome comp. Okay, what you gotta do is you gotta barrel roll just sideways and go upwards.
It is
And all the
possible.
while
Oh, so you have to
twirling.
go like this and then go. Oh no, it just.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
nice, nice.
Gotta go diagonal the entire time. No.
Ah! Oh!
I totally did that on purpose too. Woo! Wow. That's drifting. Space drift. Schwam.
How different does this
Whoa!
game feel without the music?
It's like night and day, actually. I remember when
Yeah.
we first put the music in, it just like meshed perfectly, and I couldn't play it without it after
Yeah.
that. Like I do sometimes when I'm testing, like, but after a while, when you sit down to actually play it, like to play it on mute is a crime, I think.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's the level right now. I've just noticed. I was like, this level seems different, but there's no music playing right now.
Yeah.
We have sound effects, but it's so different.
Oh, I see. Yeah, there's one bug right now where once in a while the narration will fade the music off and it doesn't come back on, but
Yeah. That's
That's
good. We're
probably
good at
what
finding
happened.
bugs.
Oh, I thought you were
And-
just establishing atmosphere.
Yeah, it does it really well, doesn't it?
Because now I feel uneasy about.
Being in the middle of space by yourself?
Short pants.
Sweet, I can barrel roll.
Oh my god.
Here we go. I'm playing pinball with myself.
Space Drift.
Space
my
Drift.
God.
Space Drift.
Fast and Furious 11 Space Drift.
It'd be Fast and Furious X.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious in space.
I will never stop going to see those movies.
Nobody will stop.
No matter how many they make, it just gets better.
They're so great.
What was that? That South Park episode when they find the script for the next Fast and the Furious? Did you guys see that?
I have not.
No,
It
no.
doesn't seem like it would be a spoiler because they're all the exact same movie.
Oh, not South Park, sorry. It was American Dad.
I didn't see that either.
Oh, it's funny because I'm not even going to spoil it. You want to see it, you can go watch it.
Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. That was like professional deacon right there.
You have gotten extremely good at this game.
It's interesting watching people progress because, yeah, like, a lot of the times people start off and they're like, oh, the controls are really difficult, or I'm having a hard time doing what I want to do. And you watch them play for 10 minutes and they start playing like this, and you're like, yeah.
No, the hardest thing to get used to is the sensitivity of the stick.
It's very sensitive, but at the speeds that you get to, like,
You
it
need
has
it.
to be.
10 minutes for you.
Okay.
Why not?
Here. Here.
Yes, right
Okay,
here.
okay.
We're gonna see how you do.
Before we do, I wanted to make the comment that what you just said, that story is perfect because it's difficult at first, but it's easy to learn to the point that it's functional, but it's still a very, very hard game to master, which is also going to play into the lasting appeal when you get like your time trial community going.
So right trigger to boost, and
It's like making love.
Whoa.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd actually be interested to see you guys go back and play, like, level 2 again. Now that your character's all leveled up.
Yeah, I was going to say I might have to.
Then those 3-second times on the.
Oh,
you were at the end of it. Dang it!
Or I'll just do it in one try.
And you got to go at the gate too. That's
Or
how
I'll
we
just
do
do
it.
it in one try.
Well,
Oh,
10
man.
minutes, you say?
more like a minute 35. Oh. Yeah, the was it the times that you have on the build that I have, where like you have to beat in like 4 seconds. I'm pretty sure it's doable now.
Those are kind of cheats, but yeah, you should be able to see them on that too. They're just on Steam, so.
Sorry. I'm gonna try and not be vocal.
It's okay.
Oh!
It's okay, man.
That one little rock.
Ragdoll.
Just go, man.
Oh,
just
the
go.
blood! You're gonna watch this epic blood that just goes across the screen.
Oh.
I was waiting for that. That's good. Oh, whoa!
You almost did it again.
How do I live without you?
How you
Sorry.
what?
Barrel roll.
Barrel will use the right and left bumper.
Oh.
You're getting quite the blood effects on doing this because your blood's just kind of like floating by.
Oh, as hectic as hectic as this game is, the soundtrack always just pulls me back, and it's so chill, and it's just beautiful. I love it. It makes me play this game for hours.
Yeah, I think I would take one playthrough just to take it like no boosts at all.
Yeah. That do a new Journey series.
Journey series, yeah. I'll
doing this
turn
with
off.
no
I'll turn off
boost.
the narration,
Yeah.
and I'll
keep
make
the
my
music.
own.
And then just existential quandaries as you drift hopelessly through space. No!
You were bastard.
Oh my god. Well, I wanted to thank you guys again for being here for a much longer amount of time.
We
than
haven't
you
had a
thought.
2-hour episode since I would say
Guns of Icarus.
Oh, was Guns Vickers? Okay, I was
Yeah.
thinking that it was Disco Dodgeball back in like April.
Oh, that was a good
Or
one
May
too.
or whatever it was.
What? Oh, I thought it was someone completely different.
Well, honored. It was a good time.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed yourselves.
We always have a blast with you guys.
Nice.
And thank you for being a part of my 24-hour live stream and donating some cash money.
Yeah, it's for good cause. Extra life.
Hey, no problem. That was a lot of fun too. Actually, that was really cool.
Yeah, I had my headphones on full blast, and I was just like, I can't talk right now. I'm paying too much attention to the narrative.
I was just paying attention to your dog.
Yeah, I had Ruby cam up.
Ruby is so cute.
I had the Rube Dude cam going. And every time I would
I was pretty excited to see your dog.
Yeah, every time I would move or something, she would look at me like, "What's going on? What are you doing?"
Why? I want to extend the invitation now that when the game launches or when you guys, way in the future are making new more games, that kind of stuff, we always love having you back. So we always have a good time with you guys.
Yeah, for sure, man. You guys are like some of the best streaming hosts we've encountered. So yeah, we love coming on too.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Yes.
That is high praise. Oh, God.
Yeah,
You
anytime
guys play
somebody
the game in
says,
advance. You like write questions and stuff, man. I was not ready for this level of professionalism.
Yeah, it's crazy. You're like good at the game too. You mega boost.
Oh, and dodge. Where do you see that
why
dodge?
are you so small now? Oh, that's why.
Because I'm a pro! Oh my god, I'm alive.
And then
Unbelievable.
smash.
And then I'm going to pause it there. So that's a pretty good place to end it.
Perfect.
So, here's one thing. If you know anybody that has a game as awesome as yours that also wants some attention, send them our way.
Yeah, that's
Sure, yeah.
Because we're always looking for new indie games and developers who want to get their game out to all 7 people.
Yeah, so I think that's going to be it for this episode, though. Because I didn't want to give off any more, because we have...
It looks
played
like it was
through
about to go to a
lot of this game.
cutscene.
Yeah, and we need to tease you a little bit.
Well, the fact of the matter is that we barely gave away any narrative, and the narrative is what is one of the biggest things in the game.
It's
right
a
now.
lot like Max Payne, the first Max Payne, because it was right after The Matrix came out, and everybody bought that game because it had bullet time, and everybody had a hard-on for bullet time at the time. But then you started playing Max Payne, and the gritting story of loss and human redemption is so riveting that it just drew you in and turned it from this neat game to one of the best games ever made.
Yep. I love Max Payne. That's like one of my favorite games of all time.
Yep, I have it on my phone now, which is so foreign to me.
Oh, that blows my mind.
I know. But
Wow.
if you're
I
wanting to
remember
have...
buying a new video card to play that game. And now it's... My God, I'm old.
It's okay. I brought my Game Boy, and by Game Boy I mean Game Motherfucking Boy,
1989.
to school, to university the other day because we were doing this photo shoot and they wanted some retro stuff. And I looked at the back. They're like, "How old is that thing?" And I was like, I've never thought about it. I looked at the back. I was like, 25 years old.
Wow.
Holy God! This thing is a quarter of a century.
It's a game man now.
It is a game.
It can vote, marry to go to war.
But I still had Kirby, Donkey Kong Country, Mortal Kombat, and Metroid 2.
I
So,
have
very proud.
I have Kirby, Fist of the North Star,
Oh,
Jake
God.
and his Blob, Tetris.
Yeah, Tetris.
You shut your whore mouth.
Did you say Tetris?
I'm not a fan.
Say Uda
I am not a
Tetris.
fan. There are some games that
Get
I'm
the hell out of here.
also
You need to
Minecraft.
go educate. Go spend some time in Russia, all right?
You know
You
that,
learn the dance, then you talk about Tetris.
You know what that song is in the game? That's an actual Russian, like, what is it, a lullaby almost.
Wow, and you think
Watch the documentary on what they had to do to get Tetris out of Russia. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, I would like
And
to see that,
suffered
actually.
for his game, all right?
You realize that the actual story to Mission Impossible 3 was
Tetris.
or, sorry, not Mission
Yeah.
Impossible 3, the Ghost Protocol. That was all about Tetris and them trying to get Tetris out of Russia.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's why they had to blow up the Kremlin.
Oh my god! Oh.
That's why they launched a
She
nuke
stopped
at
around the
San
original
Francisco.
name, but nobody was picking it up.
Yeah, and on that horribly journalistically integral part of our history in the gaming industry, I'm going to end this amazing episode of Average
my
Giants.
Nice.
So I want to say thank you guys, Pixelnauts, both you guys, for being here. I'm looking forward to having you back in the show so we can hear why they haven't updated the song in Tetris in nearly 40 years.
There's no need! It's perfect!
Oh, and to everybody else, make sure to stay tuned. We've got lots of fun stuff coming up. I don't even know who we have next week. We've been lining a lot of shows up for like the Christmas season here, so it's going to be pretty crazy. We are going to be busy little guys.
Yep, we
Nice.
sure are.
Little Giants.
I can't put it on
Busy
my
little
glasses.
giants. Oh yes.
All right, guys. Well, thanks again for having us on. We appreciate it.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. Thank you very much. Always a blast.
thank you for staying for an extra hour, guys. It was very much appreciated.
It's cool, man. I don't have a lot going on.
It's true, he doesn't.
Perfect. Okay, well that's good at least.
All right. See you guys. Thanks again.
Have a good
See
night.
ya.
And everybody in chat and in YouTube, thank you so much for joining us. And we're looking forward to seeing you again in the future. So from everybody here at IGM, being me, and everybody from Average Giants, being the Average Gamer and Darth Cheddar,
Call me Giant.
make sure to follow, like, subscribe on the other thing, subscribe on maybe the other thing, check out the magazine.
Subscribe and zip it up.
Yeah, sure, like, subscribe and zip it zap. All right, guys. Much love, and we'll see y'all soon.